Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you pretty much my makeup routine that I do whenever I do wear makeup, and lately I have kind of been wearing makeup a little bit more often. So first I am grabbing my makeup out from this little cabinet thing that I have sitting next to my mirror. I usually sit on the floor when I do my makeup. So to start this off, I am using my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. I'm applying this underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, and on my chin. I have really bad dark circles around my eyes, so I really just use this to help kind of brighten that up. So I am basically just blending this out. And I really try to blend this in as much as possible because I want it to still look very natural, even though I am using a full coverage concealer. And then after I blend that all out, I'm going to move on to the next step. So then I'm using this Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is also a full coverage concealer, but it is in a little bit of a lighter shade, so I like to use this over the areas where I had already focused on using my e.l.f. concealer, because this just helps pretty much just to like top it off. And so I blend this in underneath my eyes with my e.l.f. sponge, on my eyelids, and my chin, of course. So then I am setting this all with my Laura Mercier Honey Translucent Powder, and I'm using this on an e.l.f. blush brush. I absolutely love this powder, and especially on this brush, because it literally fits so perfectly into these areas around my eyes, like my under eyes and my eyelids. And so I'm just, like I said, using this to set my eyes, and then I'm going to also set my forehead, my nose, and of course my chin. So I focus this on the areas where I'm oily, and then the areas where I applied my concealer for coverage. But I am skipping my cheeks because next I'm going to be going in with a cream product. This is the Rare Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Bliss. I'm only putting 2 dots on each side of my face because literally it's so pigmented. And what I love about this product most is that I literally can put this on, say, in the morning, and later when I am going to take my makeup off, it still looks just as like pigmented on my face, and it still exists, which is so crazy. But I absolutely love it. I also don't use any type of like powder or powder blush on top of this. It literally will just last on its own, which is awesome because then it won't look as cakey or anything, and you can still keep that really natural look without it fading throughout the day. And then I'm just applying a little dot on my nose, and I'm going to be blending this out with my fingers. I usually do this during the summer because I really like going for that like sunburnt look. So then next is bronzer. I've been using this Too Faced Pineapple bronzer, I believe is what it's called, for a while now. I really like it because I think the color is like absolutely perfect. It's not too warm and not too cool, at least for my skin tone, which I have more like of olive undertones. So yeah, I just pretty much blend this all around my jawline because I do not have a jawline. I have a double chin. It exists no matter what. And then I just like to dust a little bit on the tip of my nose because, you know, we could use a little lift on our nose, like especially in my nose for sure. So I was having a bit of trouble getting my camera to focus on this item, but this one is a little pack of like cream stick, makeup stick things that I got in a BoxyCharm box, and this one is just a cream highlighter, and the brand is Tristique. I think that's the way it's pronounced. So then I just use a little bit on my nose. I really just focus it on like the tip of my nose and then a little bit on my cupid's bow if I'm feeling a fancy. Then I'm going in with this amazing eyebrow product. Like, again, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. This is another product from Rare Beauty, and this is the brow pencil slash gel. So it's gel on one side and a brow pencil on the other. I usually just start off with the gel, and I like to just attempt to feather my eyebrows up because I don't know why, but my eyebrows just do not go in that direction, but I try. And then I just like to use the other side, the pencil side, to fill in any areas that are sparse. Now, please don't hate me for this. I know this is such a random order that I do my makeup, and I literally change it up like every single time that I do my makeup, but I'm just going in with the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero highlighting palette, and I like to just take my Rare Beauty mist spray, and I usually shake the products up before I use them, and then I just spritz my face. That way it can be nice and damp before applying my highlighter so that it looks a little bit more natural and less powdery. So then I'm just taking the shade 143, which is the more brown highlighting shade in the palette, and I like this one because my skin, it's not super deep, but I don't really like when I apply a highlighter and either it's too dark and leaves like a shadow looking cast on my face, or if it's too light and it just looks like a white streak on my cheekbone. And then I just put my finger underneath the tip of my nose. I use this as like a trick because my nose doesn't really have a very like defined tip, so rather than getting like highlighter all over like the tip of my nose, I prefer to just keep it in a more confined area. That way it helps with the illusion of my nose being lifted. And then I just use this eyeshadow palette. I'm assuming the brand is Zion, or I don't know if that's the name of the palette, but I got this one in BoxyCharm as well, and I absolutely love the color story of this. I'm definitely more of a warm tone eyeshadow person, but I really do like neutral looks. So I usually just go in with like a more neutral brown and just add that into my crease. Next, just using my, this is totally upside down, but the Rare Beauty eyeliner pen. And I just recently started doing eyeliner or applying a cat eye onto my eyelids because I never could do eyeliner before, and this is me like literally getting ready for all the stress that I'm about to put myself through trying to make these wings even and as thin as possible. And now I am going in and curling my lashes using my Revlon eyelash curler, and I am using my Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara, which is honestly so slept on, as well as this Bambi Eye Mascara. Like literally the two together are, oh my god, just amazing. Now I'm going in with a Q-tip and just using this to clean up any areas that I got mascara or brow gel on my skin. And then I am taking this Fenty Beauty mini mascara and I'm just using that for my bottom eyelashes. Now I'm taking this Clarins matte lipstick thing, and I got that in BoxyCharm as well, and just applying that onto my lips. And I really just put like 2 or 3 little dots and then just dab it in with my finger to mix it in with, I had a like lip balm on. And again with the Rare Beauty mist, I'm just going to spritz this all over my face just to finish off my makeup, and the top literally flew. And yeah, my makeup is all complete.
so I am walking out to my car because I figured this would pretty much be a perfect time to just finish up the video. And shit, I forgot to bring my phone. Okay, just kidding. Back I go. Got my phone and my hair keeps flying into my mouth. Okay. I don't know if this is straight, so I'm sorry if it's not, and excuse the makeup that's on the back of my hand, but I figured I got a few questions, so thank you to everyone who asked me questions or gave me a video idea on Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and answer them now just because I only had a few. If you ask these questions, I'm not going to be giving names out or putting names out to anyone who did ask the question, but I will pretty much just be talking to you. The first one says, I need some prank videos. I would love to do prank videos. The only issue with that is that I don't know who to prank. I'm boring now, so I don't know. I definitely will think of something. I feel like pranking my little sister would probably be like the best idea. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that one for sure, and come up with some ideas, but I would love to do prank videos. Like, I am such a child at heart that I would enjoy making that video. So let me work on that, and it will be up as soon as possible. This one says, when does Josh want to play me one-on-one on the court? LOL. I seen this one and I wanted to respond immediately, but I thought it would be funny to maybe get Josh's reaction, but my dumb self didn't wait, and I asked him, or like let him know about it like right away. He would love to. I know he does. It's just a little bit complicated right now. I mean, obviously with the whole COVID thing, like, I definitely sounded like I just said ho right now. Whole COVID thing. Especially just because we're trying to be super careful, like with our son, but we both kind of just agreed that we were going to stay secluded and just kind of be in our house as much as we can, unless we absolutely need to go out, just so that we aren't putting our son at risk or anything. The next one is a good question. It says, are you going to school? Hee hee. I went to community college at Mountain View for probably like 1 semester. I couldn't do school and working at the same time, so I actually started my first job the same time that I was going to school or college, and it was just a lot for me personally. Like, I knew I wasn't ready to go back to school right away, but I did it anyway, and I didn't do well at all. So I kind of just thought that I would take a break from school, allow myself to like clear my mind and everything, and just kind of get into a better mental state before I went back. But instead I got super caught up with working, and of course, like, working for me sounded a lot better than going to school because I knew I was like putting in time and effort for something that was actually gonna pay me, rather than me paying them. Yeah, so I just stuck to working for a while, and I went from working at one job to the next job, which was my second job like ever, and I felt really, really content in what I was doing, and I didn't really feel the need to go back to school. And not just because I don't think that it's important at all. Like, I really do advise anyone to go to school and get a degree, like, even if you have a different dream, because it's always good to have as a backup. I just always had like such a big dream of doing YouTube and being a YouTuber at some point in my life. I just never got to it, and now that I'm doing it, I find putting a lot of my time and effort, hard work and energy towards something that I actually genuinely have a passion for just pays off so much more in the long run. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just at home. And also, when I started my second job, of course, I got pregnant and had my son Ryan, so I was at home a lot. It was just a lot for me. I mean, I was only 18 when I started working and school at the same time, and then I got pregnant at 19 and had my son at 20. I'm 21 now, so it was just a lot. It was definitely a lot, and it did take a toll on me, like, mentally, which I will get to in the next question. So alright, so the next question says, Did you ever have postpartum depression after you gave birth, if you mind sharing? Yes, I will definitely share, because I feel like this question is so important and so many people can like use anyone's like advice. Postpartum depression is so real. I cannot stress that enough. I personally didn't think that I would go through that. And honestly, right after I had my son, I didn't. I felt great. I was happy to be mom. I loved being at home with my son. Like, it was so comforting to like always have him with me, and for everything to finally be over with as far as like, you know, being pregnant and stuff, because I loved the feeling of my son being in my stomach, but oh my god. I had so many like pains, and I was such a baby when it came to those. I was so happy when he was out. Let's just put that out there. I would say that I probably started feeling like down and really depressed probably a few months after I had my son. I really didn't tell any of my doctors either, or anybody that I knew, just because, like I said, I didn't know what I was going through at the time. I just thought that maybe I was just being hard on myself and making things harder than what they should have been. But in reality, when I look back at it all, I was definitely suffering from postpartum depression. After that 3 to 4 months when it started, like it stayed for a very long time. All I wanted to do was sleep. I just didn't really care to do anything. I didn't care to go out. I didn't care to reach out to anyone, which is a huge mistake. Like, if you are going through anything like that, I highly, highly, highly advise you to reach out to someone, like, and just get out of the house. Draw, paint, go for a walk with your baby, drive and get yourself a coffee, have someone else bring you a coffee. Just be around family and people, because it's not good to be alone, and it's definitely not good to be alone in a dark room all day. It's never a good thing, and it doesn't make the situation any better. I definitely do regret not getting out and not doing things to make myself feel better, putting myself first at a time like that. Putting yourself first when it comes to your happiness and your mental health, that is going to allow you to do so much more. So that is that question. I know that was a really long response, but I really haven't talked about that. So thank you for asking that question. If you are feeling any type of negativity or depression, I am always here. You can always reach out to me on my Instagram, anything like that. If you have my phone number, text me. It's definitely not good, like I said, to not reach out to anyone, to not talk to anyone about what you're feeling. Even if you don't feel comfortable talking to them in person or online, write in a journal. I've done it a few times when I have felt that I'm not comfortable really calling someone and telling them about my problems. I tend to do that a lot, keep everything inside, because I feel like if I'm telling somebody else what's going on in my life, that I'm kind of like pushing my problems on them. So journaling is definitely a good idea if you are feeling that way. Okay, and the next / final question is, do you get mom shamed? Because I do sometimes, and it's not a great feeling. Ugh. Who the is mom shaming you? Why? It takes a lot to be a mom. I completely underestimated what it took being a mother. I thought I knew until I was actually doing it. I give props to anyone who is a mother. Having a child and taking care of and having that responsibility, for you to be able to do that, like what we as women are able to get through and do, like, is so freaking amazing. Like, but I've never gotten mom shamed, thankfully. I feel like I have gotten like weird looks at times, like when I would go out with my son, like before this whole coronavirus thing, because it was like, whoa, like she looks like super young. But no one's ever actually told me anything, thankfully. I really don't understand why anyone would. That's kind of stupid. I apologize for saying that word. I know sometimes it can be a sensitive word, but things happen, and this is gonna sound so cliche because literally, like, you know, any parent would say this about their kid after they have them, but my son is honestly the most amazing thing ever in my life. He just gave me so much comfort and so much happiness, and to this day he does. Like, it's crazy. Being a mom is so worth it. I don't think it's ever a bad thing. In my case, it made my life so much better. It made me a lot more confident. It gave me more of a drive to do things and to follow my dreams. Anyways, like I said before, I get that sometimes people see younger people who have kids or who are pregnant and think like very low of them, but don't let that get to you at all. Like, don't. Whether or not people have anything to say, they will never understand until they're in that position themselves. If they want to shame you, they can, but I'm here to tell you that it is a beautiful thing. Anyways, I hope that answered the questions. Thank you to anyone who did send in a question or a video idea for me. Like I said, I'm always here for anyone who is going through anything. If you have my number or if you have me on Instagram, don't be afraid to message me. I just want to be able to spread any kind of positivity, kindness, advice, anything that I could give to anyone. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me on this journey. Subscribe to this channel, like this video if you want to see more. Comment any other video ideas or any other questions you guys have for any future videos that I do. I would definitely love to answer those so that you can get to know me a little bit better. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!